All right, strap in everyone, because today we are going deep into the world of crypto and how this crazy 2024 election might have just rewritten the rules for its future.
Yeah, it's not just about did Bitcoin go up or down, It's way bigger than that. This election could change everything. The policies, the market, heck, even the type of voter. The crypto voter.
You got it. And we have this report that breaks down all the good stuff. We're talking market trends, regulation changes. Heck, they're even saying we might have a Bitcoin president now. Seriously.
Yeah.
So let's start with how the market reacted to the election results.
Oh man, it was like someone lit a fire under the crypto market. Bitcoin went through the roof, hit a new all-time high, over $77,000 at one point, settled around $74,000. Ethereum wasn't too far behind either, up almost 8%, $2,657. And even Solana got in on the action, jumped over 10% to $186.
Wow. And get this, it wasn't just the usual suspects. Remember Coinbase? Yeah, their stock exploded too, over 23%, which makes sense, because they've been backing a lot of those pro-crypto candidates. I think the market is putting its money where its mouth is and betting on a crypto-friendly future.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is what Coinbase's advocacy group Stand with Crypto did. They didn't just throw money around. They ran these smart campaigns targeting crypto holders,
Yeah.
explaining, how policies could actually affect their investments.
Mm.
They turned a community that's normally pretty hands-off into a real voting force.
That's right. They got people educated and actually voting. And talking about impact, the report highlights this wild upset in the Ohio Senate race. The crypto industry went all in for this challenger,
Yeah.
who actually beat the guy in charge of the banking committee, even though he was spending way more money.
Yeah, that shows you the power of the crypto community. It wasn't just about money, it was about smart campaigning and a message that
Yeah.
people cared about. Voters who were worried about the future of crypto,
Yeah. It's like a David and Goliath story. Shows how serious the crypto community is about shaping politics now. Makes you wonder what else is going to change, especially when it comes to those regulatory bodies, like the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, for anyone who needs a refresher.
So the president can't just fire the current SEC chair, right? But we might see a new appointment, someone who's more open to crypto. That's a big deal because the SEC chair basically sets the rules for how crypto is regulated in the US. So a change in leadership could mean a whole new approach, from being cautious and skeptical to actually supporting it.
Okay, now imagine this. The report says the new administration might even create a strategic Bitcoin reserve, like how countries hold gold reserves. And they might even back Bitcoin mining here in the US. That would be a huge shift. The government going from just regulating crypto to actually participating in it.
Think about what that means. A Bitcoin reserve would say, hey, crypto is a real store of value. And that could bring in even more of those big institutional investors. And supporting mining here could make the US a global leader in the crypto world. It's a bold move that could change everything.
And remember, a lot of those institutional investors, they're hesitant to jump into crypto because the regulations are so unclear. This could be what they've been waiting for. We could see billions, maybe even trillions, flowing into crypto.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's not just about the big players. This could trickle down to regular investors, too. With more support from the government, more people might feel comfortable enough to finally try crypto. That would really fuel its growth.
The report talks about stablecoin regulation and market structure legislation. Sounds like those are going to be top priorities for the new Congress. To break it down for anyone who's new to this, stablecoins are cryptocurrencies tied to stable assets like the US dollar. They're really important for everyday transactions and keeping the market from being too volatile. But there are worries about how stable they really are and what they could do to the financial system. So yeah, regulation is key.
Right. And right now, it's a bit of a wild west with stablecoins. We could see them being treated like bank deposits or regulated like securities. Each way has its pluses and minuses and could change how stablecoins are created and managed, and even the role of those centralized crypto exchanges.
Yeah, it's complicated, but at least lawmakers are taking crypto seriously now. They're not just ignoring it. They see its potential and are trying to figure out how to use it safely and responsibly.
And that brings us to another big thing the report talks about: self-custody rights. With the regulations potentially getting more relaxed, you're likely to see a stronger push for people to have the right to hold their own crypto, meaning you'd have more control over your crypto without having to rely on those third-party custodians like exchanges.
Exactly. It's about giving individuals real ownership of their digital assets. That could make secure storage solutions even more popular. Solutions like Ledger, where you can store your crypto offline and away from hackers.
Right. Security is super important when people are in control of their own crypto. It's like if you own a house, you don't just leave the keys lying around. It's the same with your crypto. You need a secure vault. That's where solutions like Ledger come in.
It really seems like this 2024 election could be a turning point for crypto in the U.S. The market's going wild, and the potential changes in policy are shaking things up. But we got to be realistic, too.
Definitely. We can't get too carried away. Even though things look good, actually making these policies happen takes time. There will be roadblocks for sure, but you can't deny the momentum. The possibilities are really exciting.
Okay, so we've talked about how this election might have just put crypto on the fast track, but let's be real for a second. What could actually slow things down? What are the roadblocks?
Well, even if Congress is feeling good about crypto, turning that good feeling into actual laws, it's a long process, lots of twists and turns.
Right, like it's not enough to just have people in charge who like crypto. The laws they make have to actually work. You got to find that sweet spot between letting innovation happen and protecting investors. And that doesn't happen overnight.
Exactly. And the thing about crypto is it's always changing. What's hot today could be old news tomorrow. So regulations need to be flexible, Otherwise, they'll end up holding innovation back instead of helping it grow.
It's like trying to hit a moving target, right?
Yeah,
You have to think ahead and create rules that can adapt to how crypto is constantly changing.
that's it. It takes everyone working together, policymakers, the crypto industry, even the crypto community itself. We need rules that make sense based on how this tech actually works, but also protecting people and keeping the market stable.
Yeah, it's not enough to just cheer from the sidelines. We all have to get involved and help shape the future of crypto, make it something that benefits everyone. Kind of like those Stand with Crypto campaigns. They weren't just about donating, they were about educating lawmakers and pushing for policies that support responsible innovation.
And speaking of responsibility, the report highlights how the crypto industry needs to step up too. It's not enough to just ride this wave of excitement. To really become mainstream, they have to show they care about transparency, security, and doing things the right way.
Right, it's about showing the world that crypto isn't just about getting rich quick. It's about real solutions to real problems, like decentralized finance, supply chain management, those secure digital IDs. That's just scratching the surface of how crypto can make a real difference.
Exactly. It's about moving past that whole get rich quick thing and showing the real value of crypto. That's how you build trust. That's how you bring in those big investors who are still on the fence. That's how crypto goes mainstream.
So even though there are challenges, the U.S. has a real shot at being a global leader in this space. Just think of the possibilities.
Absolutely. And that brings up the big question. What does the U.S. need to do to actually become a crypto powerhouse?
Well, the report says the most important thing is having clear and consistent regulations. Businesses and inventors need to know what the rules are. A clear framework gives them the confidence to operate and innovate here in the U.S.
It's like building a skyscraper, right? You need a strong foundation to support that whole structure. Without clear, well-defined regulations, the U.S. crypto industry is going to struggle to reach its full potential.
And what else is key for the U.S. to take the lead in the crypto world?
The report really emphasizes the need to encourage innovation and entrepreneurship, supporting startups, funding research and development, creating an environment that attracts the best minds from around the world to come here and build the future of crypto in the U.S.
So basically, creating the perfect environment for ideas to flourish. A place where groundbreaking technologies are born. Kind of like a crypto Silicon Valley, buzzing with creativity and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Exactly, that's the vision. And this 2024 election, it suggests we might be on the right track. But like we said before, we got to think long term. Sustainable growth needs more than just hype. It needs policymakers, industry leaders, and the whole crypto community working together to build a future where this tech can really thrive.
It's an incredible time to be watching all this unfold. We're just starting to see what crypto can do. And in our final part, we're going to zoom out and look at how this potential shift in the U.S. could impact the whole world. What happens if the U.S. becomes a crypto leader? How will other countries react? Welcome back to the Deep Dive. So we've been talking about how the 2024 election might have just changed the game for crypto in the U.S. But here's the thing. Crypto doesn't stop at borders, right? It's a global thing.
Yeah, for sure. What happens with crypto in the U.S. can have a ripple effect on the whole world.
Like a tech earthquake.
Exactly. The epicenter might be in the U.S., but everyone feels the tremors.
So what happens if the U.S. actually becomes a leader in the crypto space? How do you think other countries will react?
Well, nobody wants to be left behind when it comes to the next big tech revolution, right? If the U.S. starts making pro-crypto policies, other countries are going to feel the pressure to keep up. It'll be like a global
A
race.
crypto race. Every country trying to have the best crypto laws and incentives.
Exactly. And that kind of competition can be good, you know? It can push innovation and really explore what's possible with crypto. Imagine countries trying to outdo each other with new crypto projects and regulations.
That does sound exciting. But could all that competition also lead to a messy global crypto scene? Like, what if every country has its own set of rules? That could get confusing fast.
Yeah, that's a good point. Competition can be great for innovation, but it can also lead to things getting fragmented and unclear. Imagine trying to send crypto across borders, and it's like trying to understand a different language. It would be a nightmare.
So how do we stop that from happening? How do we keep the competition healthy, but also make sure everyone's playing fair and we don't end up with a bunch of different crypto systems?
It's all about collaboration and communication. Those international organizations like the Financial Stability Board and the International Monetary Fund, they need to step up. They can help countries talk to each other and come up with global rules for crypto, rules that help innovation but also manage the risks.
Sounds like a huge task, but important if we want crypto to really succeed on a global level.
Oh, it's definitely a big task. Navigating this whole globalized crypto world is going to require a different way of thinking.
Hmm.
We can't just focus on our own countries anymore. We need to work together and realize that the future of crypto depends on finding common ground and having a unified approach.
So the big question is, if the U.S. does become a crypto leader, will they use that power to push for a global approach to crypto regulation? Or will they just focus on their own interests?
That's the million-dollar question. Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure. The U.S. has a chance to really shape the future of crypto, not just in the U.S., but around the world. The decisions they make in the next few years are going to be really important. They could decide whether crypto lives up to its potential to really change things for the better.
It's definitely a future with lots of potential, but also some uncertainty. But that's what makes it so interesting. Who knows what amazing innovations and unexpected turns are coming next in the world of crypto?
Well, one thing's for sure. It's going to be an exciting ride. And that wraps up our deep dive into crypto and the 2024 election. We covered the market going crazy, the possible policy changes, the challenges, the opportunities, even how it all affects the world. Hopefully you're leaving today with a better understanding of this whole crypto thing, and maybe even a little bit of that sense of wonder about what the future holds.
So until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. And as always, keep diving deep